Costco selling doomsday prepper food kits. All right, Nicole, A, how much do they cost? And B, why they're doing it?
Well, they cost between $1,000 and $6,000 for your doomsday food kit for 4 people. If you're on a 1,200 calorie a day, you get the 1,000. If your family eats about 2,000 calories, you better fork it over for the $6,000 kit. They send it to you in very discreet packaging so your neighbors don't know that you're worried about the apocalypse. But I'll tell you, as a parent, people may want to get this and store it. It has fruits, vegetables, proteins, grains, dairy, and has a shelf life of up to 30 years.
By the way, the picture on the screens there didn't look like much, but that was a picture of the package and its contents, okay? All right, Nicole, thank you very much indeed. Don't worry about it.
An estimated hundreds of thousands of starfish, lobsters, and other sea creatures have washed up dead or dying on beaches across the United Kingdom's East Coast. Startling and disturbing images of the dead marine animals started cropping up on social media over the weekend following cold, stormy weather that blanketed much of the region in snow. And it's not a coincidence, experts say. The recent weather is partly to blame. Last week, a cold blast of air from Siberia sailed over Europe. The Dutch were calling it the Bear of Siberia. The French nicknamed it the Moscow-Paris Express. And the United Kingdom, it's been called the Beast from the East. This cold front led to a dramatic drop in ocean temperatures from 5 degrees Celsius, or 41 degrees Fahrenheit, to 2 degrees Celsius, or about 35 degrees Fahrenheit, in less than a week. That's quite a lot, Rodney Forster, a marine biologist at the University of Hull in the UK, said. For a lot of creatures, that really pushes them to their lower limits, especially the warm water species we've seen washed up on the beaches. Now, this dip in water temperature, coupled with massive waves and high tides, appear to have created the right conditions for the die-offs, Forster went on to say. Another possible factor was the timing of the storm, Forster added, coming when ocean temperatures are normally starting to go up, resulting in some marine species moving closer to the shore in anticipation of springtime. Now, in some places on the beaches, there are places where you are ankle deep or even calf deep in dead sea creatures. Now, the scientists went on to estimate that there are hundreds of thousands of marine animals that have already washed up ashore and suspect more are on the way. Now, Forster is waiting to see if seabirds and larger marine animals such as seals, dolphins, and whales eventually wash up now that some of their food has died and disappeared. What do you think? Is this huge die-off due to the weather in the area, or is it something more sinister going on in the UK area that kill these hundreds of thousands of sea creatures? Leave your comments below this video. Thanks for watching.
Nice.
Putin is touting Russia's new invincible nuclear-powered missile that is capable of hitting anywhere in the world, according to him. Putin showed a video as proof, simulating Russian missiles apparently raining down on Florida near the president's Mar-a-Lago estate.
The White House and the country learning of that new threat from Russian President Vladimir Putin, his nuclear warning to the world and to the U.S., and those images he used of missiles raining down on Florida. Putin declaring, "You'll listen to us now." Here's ABC's chief global affairs correspondent Martha Raddatz tonight.
Putin's annual State of the Nation was provocative and threatening. Giant screens showing missiles raining down on Florida and what was billed as an invincible intercontinental cruise missile, a nuclear-powered cruise missile which Putin claimed could travel around any obstacle. And for anti-ballistic missile systems, he claimed, unstoppable. The missile shown headed toward the west coast of the United States. No one has listened to us, Putin said. You'll listen to us now. A U.S. official tells ABC News the missile is not yet in production, but the former vice chairman of the Joint Chiefs says there are concerns.
The thing that distresses me, they've obtained a high assurance that their attacks would be successful by going to higher speeds and coming from different directions.
Massive waves shooting into the air and overcoming the seawall as that monster nor'easter lashes the East Coast. The coastal flood alerts stretching from Maryland to Maine. The wind starting early and getting stronger. You can just see we're already feeling these wind gusts of 35 miles per hour, probably even more. Along the Massachusetts coast, the highest gusts clocking in above 80 miles per hour, the kind of wind you see in hurricanes.
This seawall here is about 20 feet high, so the winds are already jumping over the wall here.
Even peeling the siding right off homes. The powerful mix of rain and wind flooding streets, overtaking vehicles. First responders using a front-end loader to rescue stranded residents, children carried to dry land. A raft used to rescue this pair and a dog. Tonight, the high winds creating chaos. More than 2.2 million customers losing power. Gusts toppling a semi in Newport, Rhode Island, another on its side northeast of Baltimore. This school bus overturned in Pennsylvania. The driver injured, but no students on board. Trees crashing onto vehicles across the region. And onto houses, too. Tragically, outside Richmond, Virginia, a 6-year-old died after a tree fell onto his family's home. The major storm also bringing heavy snow further inland, already more than a foot in some places.